Hey guys, welcome back to EduChamp. In this video, we'll be seeing the four main types of triangles: the equilateral triangle, isosceles, scalene, and right-angled triangle. So let's go straight into the video. So our first type of triangle is equilateral triangle. So what is equilateral triangle? Well, it is a triangle where all the sides are equal. So this side is equal to this side, which is equal to this side. So when all the sides are equal, all the angles should also be equal, right? Therefore, let's do a quick maths calculation to find out the angle for each of the sides. They would all be equal. So we know the sum of the angles in an equilateral triangle should be equal to 180. So if you do 180 divided by the number of sides, which in this case is 3, we get 60 degrees. So 60 degrees must be this angle, and this angle, because all the angles are equal. Okay, so that's it for equilateral triangles. Now let's move on to isosceles triangles. So here we have an isosceles triangle. So as you can see, in an isosceles triangles, two of the sides should be equal. So unlike an equilateral triangle, just two of them have to be equal to be an isosceles triangle. So in this case, because two sides are equal, two angles must be equal too. So this angle and this angle must be equal in this case. So in other cases, if the triangle is rotated a bit or whatever, so just for this example, these two sides would be equal. Okay, so that's isosceles triangles. Now let's move on to scalene triangles. So in a scalene triangles, none of the sides are equal. So if you imagine this to be x, this could be y, and this could be z. And x is not equal to y, which is not equal to z. So all the sides are different to each other, which means that all the angles are different to each other. Okay, so that is it for scalene triangles. And now let's move on to our final type of triangles, which are right-angled triangles. Well, in my opinion, these are the most popular type of triangles because they're used for many different theorems, such as Pythagoras theorems and trigonometry. And they're just two ways I know that we use right-angled triangles. Now let's speak about the reason why they're called right-angled triangles, because it took me so long to find out why they're actually called right-angled. And I've realized that they're called right-angled because this angle is actually 90 degrees, and that's what we call a right angle. We represent it with a square like this. Okay, so we have one more thing left to discuss about, and that is the lines of symmetry. So if you just start off with our first type of triangle, which is an equilateral triangle, here we have how many lines of symmetry? We have one here, so that's one line of symmetry. Then we have another here, two lines of symmetry, and the third one here. Three lines of symmetry. So an equilateral triangle has three lines of symmetry. Okay, so moving on to our next type of triangle, isosceles triangles. So how many lines of symmetry does an isosceles triangle have? Well, all I can see is one line of symmetry down here. So an isosceles triangle has one line of symmetry. Okay, our third type of triangle, scalene triangles. So how many lines of symmetry does a scalene triangle have? Well, the answer is 0. So it has 0 lines of symmetry. Okay, now let's move on to our final type of triangle, right-angled triangles. So how many lines of symmetry does a right-angled triangle have? Well, the answer is it depends. A right-angled triangle can either be a scalene triangle, so it can either be scalene when all the sides are not equal to each other, or it can be isosceles when two sides are equal to each other. But it can't be equilateral because then each side should be 60, but this side should be 90 to be a right angle triangle. So if the right angle triangle is scalene, then it would mean that it has no lines of symmetry, as we already learned. And if it's isosceles, that would mean that it would have one line of symmetry. So a right angle triangle can either have 1 or 0 lines of symmetry. Okay guys, that is it for this video. Before we end this video, if you want any other educational videos from me, then there's a Microsoft Forms link in the description below. Just click on that link. I promise you there are no viruses. And just enter the video that you want, and I'll make sure to do it sometime in the future. Okay guys, that is it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have enjoyed this video and want more videos like this, then please make sure to subscribe and turn on the notifications bell. It would only take 1 second and it would mean a lot to me. And again, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.